Our understanding of physics may well be wrong, because space-time is not the fundamental principle and some form of consciousness or information is. Our present day is not the truth because
Bitcoin Zella stands out with its simplicity and clarity. We've crafted an experience that anyone can dive into, whether you're a crypto expert or just a new to the crypto world. Now guess who keeps his eye on us? The author of best-selling book Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. And we want to take this opportunity and thank all the people who trusted us, and we read every comment. And the best part, it's free. Subscribing now means you will get all new information for free. Don't just follow the trends, stay ahead of them. Subscribe to Bitcoin Zella today and enjoy the new edge. Raoul Pal talks about why money may soon be worthless and what the future holds for finance. He dives into inflation, digital currencies, and the changing economy. Let's watch and discover what's coming next.
we probably live in a quantum world. So in which case there could be different principles for different quantum states. And then when we step back, and something I've talked a lot about is it's all the same kind of neural structure from the boss imagery of the solar system down to the mycelium at the forest level, to the neurons in the brain. They're all the same structure. And we're seeing physicists, mathematicians, philosophers, spiritual, religion, hallucinogenics, all of these things are coming to some sort of realization that the world is not what we thought. And you hear it from Elon, which is, and we talked about this earlier, Elon stopped saying, well, we're going to take humanity to Mars. What he's actually saying is consciousness. He says those words, consciousness. And we will live in perpetuity via AI and its assimilation of human consciousness. And that can manifest itself in a David robot in Mars.
Yeah.
Or in Pluto, or wherever the fuck it is that lives forever, but is still David. It is
right.
Right. This is a very big thing, is our human consciousness, actually, we're going to manifest it elsewhere.
Yeah. And this taps into, something that we hinted around earlier, which is this creatures and machines framework we talk about, because what you're talking about is going to sound amazing to 50% of the people out there and absolutely horrendous to the other 50%. Yeah. And there's a hugely powerful divide emerging, and you articulated it so well there. It's like, do you want to believe that human flourishing is the ultimate purpose and end game, the ultimate concern here? Or are human beings just part of a longer range process that is directed towards a different goal, which you can think of as like consciousness or the awareness of the universe, right? And we were just a stepping stone, and we're now handing over to the machines, and they're going to go out into the universe and fill it with consciousness, which is more Elon's vision, right? Now, clearly some people are excited by that vision and they're happy for human beings to be just a stepping stone. A lot of people are not going to be happy with that vision, right? And you sense this deep cultural and social divide emerging between those two parties, between people who want to accelerate the kind of technology vision we're talking about, full speed ahead, fill the universe with consciousness like AI, and people who want to lean back into what is familiar and human and creaturely. And this divide between creatures and machines is a hugely powerful lens that I'm using in my own thinking to make sense of what's happening in the culture now, what's happening in our politics now. And we've just seen essentially the party of acceleration, right? The machine party take control in the White House.
I call it
going to be acceleration for the next 5 years.
The humanists and the transhumanists is the idea.
Yeah, it's that divide. It's that divide, and this is an idea we've talked about in the exponentialists and GMI for a while. Whenever people read it, it sets them on fire. Because it's that power when you articulate something that people can feel is happening, but they hadn't quite put their finger on it. That's what's going on with this idea. And we're going to see that cultural and social political battle become much more acute across the next 5 years, given the kind of super intelligence that's coming.
Today's crypto scene is buzzing with real-world asset, RWA, tokenization as investors look for stable yield amid Bitcoin's sideways moves. Experts believe RWA's total value locked could reach $50 billion by 2025, given growing attention from big players like BlackRock. Meanwhile, Florida Republican Senator Joe Gruters has proposed legislation allowing part of the state's funds to be allocated to Bitcoin, highlighting the asset's potential as a hedge against inflation. BlackRock, Fidelity, and Franklin Templeton have already shown interest, illustrating the shift in traditional finance attitudes. There is also talk around the surprise return of Hallie Welch, known as Paktua, who broke her silence after a 2-month hiatus. She revealed confusion about the Hawk memecoin's purpose, lamenting misleading project details and emphasizing her initial desire to support a charitable cause. Many are now watching closely for the next twist in the evolving world of cryptocurrencies. Excitement and uncertainty continue.
Civilizational transformation, it may be even more than civilizational. It's the entire transformation of everything we actually understand. And that is what is at play here. And our job is to look into that future. And that future is becoming more solidified by many now, where this is all headed. Now, for most people watching this, they're like, what the fuck? Right? And it is what the fuck. I get it. We can't comprehend something that is beyond our comprehension. That is what we're having to deal with. And it's coming at us faster than we can ever deal with psychologically, physically, or in any way. But it is happening. So how you and I have distilled this all down into what matters is we've said basically we've got till 2030 before things get so unpredictable, so different that the economic structure falls apart and changes in new ways. And there'll be new opportunities in that world. But we can see we've got the transition from here to there before ASI comes and everything changes. And for us, we bring it back down to earth to say, listen, let's just make as much money as we can. Money may not be valuable in the future, but the house that you live in, the lifestyle that you accumulate, the security that you have by the time you go into 2030 is literally paramount. We have a point-scoring system on how we're navigating this transformation via the investments that we're making to allow us to transition with some grace and elegance into a very uncertain future. And as you've spent a lot of time is helping people transition their children and not to be fearful.
Yeah.
Yes, it's hard for some generations. It's going to be very hard for people in their 20s. But they at least grew up in gaming. They at least understand some of how the game applied. But younger kids, they will know nothing but superintelligence, like we knew nothing but telephones and cards. They didn't exist. And planes, it'll just be normal to them, and they will navigate that world. So I don't worry about them. I don't worry about us lot. I don't worry about people in their 30s, really, as long as they can kind of unfuck their future a bit. But there are some people to worry about, and that's, again, something that we try and help people with.
Robert Kiyosaki, the entrepreneur behind the best-selling Rich Dad, Poor Dad, has once again shared his latest move in crypto. He confirmed he bought more Bitcoin and gold, calling them safer than holding US dollars. He often addresses questions about his belief in Bitcoin by stressing his distrust of fiat and praising the resilience of both digital assets and precious metals. Kiyosaki's stance has sparked debate. While he remains bullish on Bitcoin and gold, some readers propose Litecoin, known as digital silver, as another good bet. Others argue that Bitcoin's link to the greenback undermines its value. Kiyosaki believes inflation eats away at dollar-based savings, urging investors to shield themselves with tangible and digital hedges. Bitcoin's recent dip below $100,000, trading around $96,145, doesn't alarm him. He welcomes price corrections and sees them as rare chances to accumulate more. He tweeted that a brutal market crash in stocks, real estate, gold, silver, and Bitcoin means the best assets are now on sale. This optimism reflects his long-standing view that volatility can be a gateway to opportunity. Kiyosaki continues to champion financial education, urging his followers to investigate Bitcoin's potential before making any moves. Many observers await his next big announcement. Bitcoin may be dominating headlines, but Nobel laureate Eugene Fama says that it's teetering on a precarious edge. He warns that Bitcoin's fundamental flaw is its lack of a stable real value. Without any government or central bank backing, it relies solely on demand. If that support vanishes, he cautions, its price could collapse to zero overnight. Fama also questions its sustainability as a medium of exchange, insisting that a currency should offer consistent purchasing power. Despite President Donald Trump using Bitcoin and fueling its popularity, Fama remains unconvinced of its durability. He goes so far as to hope for its downfall, arguing that if Bitcoin remains viable, it would append established monetary theory. As more people jump into cryptocurrencies, Fama's stance sends a strong reminder that hype can blind investors to genuine risks. If demand for Bitcoin ever fades, Fama believes its future might vanish with it. We'll see. And do not forget to subscribe to Bitcoin Seller. The most important news will reach your inbox on a daily basis and for free. I do not know why you have not subscribed yet. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more daily updates. Remember, knowledge is power, and we're here to empower you on your financial journey. Until next time, happy investing.